All right, another stupid experiment. So, tried the diesel, I think it's a Dodge 5.9 block heater before. Just plugged it in like an idiot, not knowing that these things would basically go supernova if they're not submerged. So we got the power cable all rigged up. This one's a 750 watt versus the 1,000 watt before. Got the cookie tray representing the oil tank of a Shovelhead, and then we got some bunch of dirty 50 weight. Actually, it might be 2050 because I was trying something, but whatever. It's motor oil, and so we're gonna submerge it and take some temperature readings and see, what happens once we go. So let's make a mess here. This thing's probably not watertight. There we go, there we go. We'll get it fully submerged. It's going to be fun to clean up later. All right. Up to the threads. Okay. Come up here. Now this thing went supernova in seconds, so plugged in. So far so good. Oh, but you can see the heat. 200, yeah. So even submerged, and we're gonna call it quits because we don't want this thing catching fire. Yeah, but like long and the short, even this is sort of working. It's cooking. Yeah. Okay. So it's off now. So, did it do something? Yeah. Yeah, we're getting 250s, 200s, stuff like that. So, really hot, it wouldn't be unheard of to be seeing those oil temperatures in the motor. The only problem is it did it in seconds. Which means, in all likelihood, the part that's touching the element is a lot hotter. So actually, let's pull it. Okay. It's been a couple of seconds. Amazingly enough, it itself, the element cools down, it really transfers that heat quickly. So, what did we learn? Well, if you were brave enough to stick this into an oil tank, it would get you to the temperatures that you're looking for, in a matter of seconds. This is obviously open air, so I don't know what would happen from a pressure standpoint, given this is going to be blocking most of the oil fill hole, assuming you're not trying to drop this into the filter. And so, I don't know if like a 250 watt might be a little bit more reasonable or something. But again, the big issue, I think, is although there's nothing cooked on the outside of the element, it looks perfectly normal. I'm guessing it's experiencing temperatures that are like insane. The closer you get to the element. So if we had this partially submerged, which let's not die. I'm guessing, the other one got to 1,000. So if we're getting well above that, that means the oil that's touching the element is burning and not just being heated to the 200 range, and so thus you're cooking oil, you're cooking your oil, and so you're causing that oil to be less effective, less useful. So I wouldn't recommend doing this, but to each his own. Just wanted to spend another $20-30 to get an answer. Hope this was helpful, even though it's really stupid and dangerous. Okay, I can't help myself, and because I don't really care what happens to this at this point. So again, the oil's still warm, 90s, and the element is actually, well, it's the temperature of that of the oil. But we're gonna give this a go anyway, and just see if we can get a temperature reading on the element again, if just for a few seconds. Plugged in. Okay. Hundreds. Smoking. 200s. Like, it's boiling. 260s. Okay. She mad. Okay, so now let's pull this out. It's really interesting because we can't get a read. I think because of the way this thing works. You pull it out, and obviously it would go supernova if it could. But it's transferring so much energy into the oil itself. But we saw it's beginning to boil. So don't do this. Not a good idea. Not a good way to heat your motor oil before a ride, even if you only have 10 seconds before you want to get on the road.